After reaching Master Tier on EU and E, I decided to try my luck on EU West. You unlocked transfer. Nice. And let's just say that did not go as planned. Now I figured it was probably something to do with the MMR from switching, but after 30 games I still could not seem to win. I had this one problem that no matter how far ahead I got in the early game, I just couldn't seem to end before the enemy team eventually scaled up. And so it hit me, what if I just play something that scales incredibly well, and then it won't matter how my team really performs because I'm gonna be able to solo carry, always. Now I did test quite a few champions, but eventually I landed on the one monster that could always seem to work. Smolder. I picked up Smolder in Emerald 3, and by the time I reached Diamond 4, I was looking at an 82% win rate. And of course I didn't stop there, so after a total of 31 games, I suddenly found myself in Diamond 2 with a 72% win rate. Wow. Not bad. And let me just be perfectly clear, I'm not an AD carry main. I know how to play AD carry, I kind of know how to position, but really it's the champion that does the work. Let me just show you exactly how I played Smolder to climb out of Emerald and into high diamond. And please remember, I'm not a challenger player, this is just incredibly OP. First things first, we never contest the third bush in the lane at game spawn. We're gonna be perfectly fine just sitting back and doing our thing. If we can survive the laning phase, we can win the laning phase. And this is why Smolder is great. Forget about your ego, forget about winning bot lane. The only thing that you really need to focus on is to not make bad plays, and then automatically you're gonna win most of the games because you're just gonna scale like a monster. That being said, don't mistake Smolder for being weak in the early game. He's not really, you're just not really trying to make great plays yourself. So when the jungler comes for a great gank, well, you can easily follow up without any issues. Okay, that's great, but how do you play the champion? Well, the champion evolves around one specific mechanic, and that's stacking. You can get these stacks by either last hitting minions with your Q or hitting champions with your Q or W. Now the stacks does scale constantly, so when you have 2 stacks you're gonna be stronger than when you had 1 stack, but there is specific cutoffs that you need to know. The first cutoff comes from 25 stacks. At this point, your Q now becomes an AoE ability. Think of it like hitting in a circle around your primary target. And now the real reason why this is so OP is that you can now stack on several minions at a time. Very nice. The next cutoff comes at 125 stacks. By this point, you're still gonna have your AoE Q, but you're also gonna fire small embers behind your primary target. And this now allows you to farm an entire wave, but also hit enemy champions standing behind the waves you're trying to farm on. The last cutoff Smolder's Q has is at 225 stacks. By this point, you're gonna have a mini Elder buff. Yes, you heard me right. Whenever you hit someone with an ability, you're now gonna set them ablaze, just like you would if you had the Elder buff. Okay, back to the gameplay. So, when you are in the laning phase, you want to make sure that there is always at least 1 minion that you can last hit with your Q, and you need to do this off cooldown. This just ensures that you don't have too much downtime where you're not stacking. Also, small trades with the enemy team is really good for you, because remember, you also stack when you hit them with Q and W. The very moment the enemy's first turret goes down, you want to swap with your mid laner and then just sit there and stack. Just remember, getting that 225 stacks is going to be the main objective of any early to mid game ever playing Smolder. Now, this video was just a quick overview of what I've been up to and what I have found success with, so I'm not going to make an entire guide. I mean, I can if you want me to, but that's not the point of this video. I'm sure you can find much more competent people playing Smolder, but let me know if you decide to pick him up and if you have the same type of success, because then it just might be a hidden gem. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.